So Ethereum has successfully switched to proof of stake over on the Goerli testnet. This is the third and final testnet before we have it launched on the main chain. So proof of stake is going to be going live on Ethereum in the not too distant future here. A September date looks to be penned here. So very interesting stuff. We're going to go through exactly why the major pump here on ETH and what are the potential reasons as to why it may crash after the merge, as people are positioning for the merge right now in serious size. So good news here. Obviously, any delays on this and we would have seen some serious woes in the market, but this is another step closer to full proof of stake on the main chain. And this is the third and final test net. However, this was not without hiccup, with nodes being stuck on the wrong chain. This was a source of much angst and anguish here for Marius van der Wieden, and he is one of the guys working on the merge here. From Marius, it seems many people's Aragon nodes got stuck on a fork, but it eventually unwound and fixed itself. Basically gave me a heart attack. Can you imagine being part of a team in charge of the merge going successfully, billions and billions of dollars on the line here, and then for things to, give you a bit of a hiccup, reasons as to why it may be delayed here, but that was obviously a brief moment, and it looks to be all going smoothly once again, and these speed bumps in the road have been successfully passed now. So congratulations ETH team here. If we just go on to this, Goerli testnet merge happened successfully. Mainnet merge on September 19th, tweets Crypto McKenna. I'm not sure if this is the official date as of yet, but quite an interesting date nonetheless. And he says full send for this. People getting very bullish on the timeline here for ETH. I think this does have a bit of legs still to run here, but we have come up a long way. People will be taking profits. And so maybe the pump that we see won't last as long as many people are anticipating and hoping for here. So September 19th, potential merge date. September 20th and 21st here are the next FOMC meetings. So going into those, typically we're seeing a bit of a sell-off. So quite a nice bit of confluence there that people would sell the news on Ethereum, and also we'd have the FOMC meeting directly after. So you could see bearish times there around that third week of September. Indeed, that's just my thoughts on the market there. In terms of ETH BTC, Ethereum has been pulled in the market by its bootstraps here. Bitcoin has been lagging massively, and as you can see from the ETH BTC chart, huge strength for Ethereum here, but pushing up into the third resistance at around 8 million sats now. So again, a little bit of worry in terms of people late longing this thing. If you're just trying to get into the market now, it does seem that you are quite late to the party at this point. And of course, in my point of view, this is a bear market rally. And so I think the majority of the move has been played out here. How has there been huge amounts of inflows here for Ethereum, and why? Well, essentially we know with ETH going proof of stake, there is going to be a proof of work fork. And so if you're holding ETH right now, you will get a proof of work fork token. So ETHW, I believe it's going to be called. And so this has allowed a lot of traders to end up, as GCR here says, buy spot ETH and short the futures. So essentially you are hedged. This trade is overcrowded, he says, and it will unleash nuclear selling pressure on proof of work fork. So essentially by having that neutral strategy there, you buy a load of spot, thus entitling you to the proof of work fork token, and then you can short the futures to ensure you're hedged. And so these people are going to get a shed load of the ETH proof of work fork token and then send it to oblivion pretty much. You can see the positioning in the market for this. This is why people are essentially doing this trade, and you're seeing a huge pump and continuation here for ETH. And he says funds with healthy 9-figure plus positions are in this, and they're taking the free ARB, but they have no desire to actually hold ETH1, the original ETH here, the one that's going to proof of stake. So he sees a double whammy of selling pressure here, the proof of work token just getting dumped, free ARB, get that free money, dump it to oblivion, and I'm sure a lot of people probably likely to sell it. Like it's just free money put on the table. The miners are the ones who actually want the proof of work chain to continue, but it's going to be a ghost chain. Most people are going to be utilizing the proof of stake network. So potential bearishness there as the merge occurs, people closing their positions if they're in this trade, and also the dumpage of the proof of work token. So quite a few exchanges have got on board with this so far, the likes of Poloniex, BitMEX, Arthur Hayes' one as well. They want to take full advantage of additional trading volumes. And so by letting the market know they're going to be taking care of the proof of work token and having it launched on their exchange, they're going to get more trade, more traffic. Interestingly enough, this was from Binance earlier, the merge approaching. In case of a newly forked token, we will evaluate and consider supporting the distribution and withdrawal of such token as well. You will notice in this tweet, they don't actually mention the trading of said token, which is very, very interesting. Maybe they're not believers in the new proof of work chain that will spring about. But what we can see here is a load of positioning happening around ETH and the merge right now with that confirmed date. So this was Pentoshi's look on things here. He tweeted out this chart a couple of days back. Major resistance for Ethereum around the $1,700 through to about the $2,000 region. And he says distribute to cattle with FOMO here. And this is where we're starting to find ourselves for ETH versus USD, up pushing towards $1,900 as I film this. And so going towards the top of Pentoshi's range here, which is rather interesting. So major resistance has been met at this point, and he expects potentially this to be the local top here, or maybe the top, during this bear market rally. So do bear that in mind. One of the top traders in the market right now saying that potential top here. And one thing that plays into this as well is SPX, which is the S&P 500. This is also moved pretty much to the top of the range as he sees it, highs at around $4,200. These could be taken, but that is the move on the S&P here. And so he thinks, again, there's going to be a huge pullback from this position, maybe even, breaking down to new lows from here. So at least the majority of the rally looks to have already taken place. S&P 500 at 4210 right now, so just above the 4200 market that he pointed out. And also the likes of Trader SC, who's been smashing the market here as well. So approaching the mid-range for 2021, which is around 4226. And so this is a possible top for Trader SC, he says, and we just ticked up to there, and he is now flat on the market as well. So, of course, the good news with ETH and the proof of stake merge looking to be set now for the third week of September, around 19th September potentially. This is good news, fundamental catalyst, and a reason why the market can have a good run here. But after this, I don't really see there being a new narrative. Bitcoin has had literally hardly any bid, no narrative behind Bitcoin. Once the ETH merge narrative ends, potential big dumpola party coming. Just my 2 cents on things. But let me know down below your thoughts. Are we going to be into a new bull market here, or is this just a bear market rally? Would love to know your guys' thoughts and feelings towards that in the comments down below, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.